news for you.
She's not profound.
I didn't write down anything, and I did a little thing on the paper last night, and it was an individual thank you for each one of you. And when I began counting the words, I thought this will never work with the girls. I had 17 in one and 23 in the other, so I tore that paper up.
Y'all were
I
gonna
thought it
count
would
the
be a
words.
family fight. But,
Fair point.
but I do, you know, really, I started this whole thing. This room is full of treasures.
Oh,
Thank
phew,
God
that's a
that-
relief. Wonder what we're gonna be full of. Sorry.
that God gave me the opportunity to have and be a part of and mold. And I thank him for it. I thank him very sincerely for it. I thank him very much for a mother that married when September the 29th when she was 14 years old. And December the 29th, she was 15. Mom said she never remembered being a child. And she never remembered, you know, having friends and running around and doing things that the other neighborhood kids in the country did. Dad, I'm saying this for the benefit of our two family members. It's important for me to you to know this. Dad was 5 years older, and they did wait to have me till I was 20, she was 20 years old. You girls have seen the four-room home that I cherish, that Jack DeLumbie painted, that I grew up in. And everybody that looks at it asks about it, and I say that's where I was born, and they kind of look at me, and I say immediately, we had enough of two things. We had enough food, we had enough love. We grew and fertilized and took care of both of those things. And it has shown me at this age that that's all it takes to be a success of any kind. I thank God for the hardest working parents I've ever seen in my life. My dad was an acute asthmatic, plowing a field, stacking peanuts, and pulling corn were not advantageous to his health. And I remember many times him leaving the house and going to the field, and I would go to the little outhouse and cry because I knew he was not able to do the work. There was never a complaint, never, ever a complaint. My brother has often been asked, was he the only child? And he said yes. My parents had two only children, 7 years apart. And we were petted and pampered like we were the most privileged children out in the country. My mother was she had a real smart mind, even up until her death. Education, as you can well know, she saw the importance of it in a way that you would have to experience. So she was bound and determined, whatever work she had to do, she would be able to afford her children the education. And when things got better on the farm, my parents never knew what a paycheck was. Their only hope was to make enough to buy the fertilizer and seed for the next year. That's all they asked for. That's all they expected. Mother made my clothes. They were beautiful. So it made her a nervous wreck, but she never complained about it. She tied me to the bedpost sometimes
Amen.
to get her out of me out of her hair to do things. But we always felt comfortable with our attire and what have you. But anyway, Fort Rooker came along, and they both saw opportunities to get jobs and a regular paycheck. And it was the happiest family you've ever seen. And after that time, they were savers of what they had. And after that time, they bought a little home in Ozark. And when you bought things, you paid for it at our house. So they had enough to buy a little home, and life got real good. And Mother's desire for education went very well with my brother, who has a doctorate, except he never chose to present the dissertation of what you said. And I guess the only way I ever disappointed my mom was not in getting an education.
Hey.
At this time, there is $4,500 marked mom's education fee in my possession. At that time, it would have sent me to 4 years to Troy State University. It was Troy Normal, I believe, called at that time. Seldom have I'm sorry I disappointed Mom. She never gave up, and even when she came and lived with us a while, she didn't give up. Now, Myra, you know you could still go to school. Yes, Mom, I know I could still go to school. I know I could still go to school. But I was very happy in what I did. I put the energies in the job as a secretary wholeheartedly. The ones that I worked with gave me very many privileges, and and the state takes care of me pretty good now. So, and sometimes I'm in a setting where there's nothing but doctors and educators that I might get a little uncomfortable, but not often has it made me uncomfortable. But anyway, I'm not planning to go back to college, but I preface all this to say, I ain't got no education, but look what I done. Look what's right here in this room. My girls are well educated. They chose husbands who are well educated. They had children who were well educated. And you know what? He gave me the gift of being proud and thankful. And that's what I am for every one of you. I pray for you every day of my life, usually morning and night. And during the day, so often God brings one of you to my mind, and I wonder, I'd like to pick up the phone and see what need maybe they've had or what special thing they've had in this day. Because I just feel like he lets me know what's going on in your life. I am so thankful for our two newest family members. I thank God he let me live long enough to see our family to this stage. Many people have not had that privilege, and I thank him so much for that privilege. It's an opportunity. I regret so that you girls didn't get to know Dixie, one of the finest Christian women that ever lived, one of my very dearest friends who I miss every day of my life, and Charlie. He was everything that I'm not. He was a precious, precious man. And today he's looking down with 20/20 vision without Parkinson's disease. And he's getting all the wonderful merits that God promised us when we follow him. I'm sorry I got personal with you, but for the two of you, I don't know how much your husbands have shared with you, but at 87, you do get old and want to talk about the past. And I remember how I used to get bored with something like this too. But in case your husbands hadn't caught you up, I want you to know a little bit about our past. So that's enough for that. Now then, look just a moment behind